What's up, guys? Welcome back to another sales update video. Sorry I didn't get this done yesterday. I had some things and I just didn't get it done in time. So this is still for the last week, and it would have went up yesterday. So I picked out, same as always, 10 to 15 items, and let's get into them. This first one is it's women's MBT. They look kind of like shape-ups, only they are more expensive. These are called the Chapa. These are the stone colored. And I actually had these for a while. These sat for longer than most of the MBT shoes that I've purchased before, but they went for $39.99, so that's cool. This is another pair. I actually had 3 pairs of these. I had 2 in this size, the blue and a gray. The gray sold a while ago, and then I had these blue ones in a size 36 that sold, and they were like excellent condition, and they went for $50. These ones actually sat for a while, and they did have some scuffing on the toe, and I actually took an offer on these for like 25 or 30, but I only had $4 or $5 into them, so I was ready to let them go. This is the first pair of Rock Revivals that I've ever found, and I actually got these at a garage sale. Last weekend I went garage selling, and this was at one just down the street from my house before I actually got any money out of the ATM. So I saw a stack of jeans like Rocks and Miss Me jeans, and I thought that they were all listed at 25. So I decided to go to the ATM, pull out some money, and go back, and I was kind of going over in my head what I was willing to pay, and I went back thinking that if I could get them down to 20 a piece, I could still flip them for about 50 and possibly buy 4 or 5 of them. But I went back there, and the newer, nicer pairs of Rocks were like, she was asking 40, and then the ones that were priced at 25 were really, they were just trashed. Like, they were really torn up on the heels, or they were cut on the ankles, like some people do. So I decided to pass, but I found this pair. This was the Rock Revival Teresa boot cuts, and they were only asking $5. So I paid $5. They had somewhere, like when you buy them, and typically they have like these holes, really had the white fray. Well, after a while, that white fray becomes actual holes. So I just listed it, $39.95, took good pictures, and it sold for full asking price. This I actually bought at the same garage sale, and it didn't turn out so well because I picked it up really without looking at it, because I know that during last year around Christmas in the 4th quarter, these were going for like 75 to 80 on Amazon and eBay. So they had it brand new in the box for $20, and I thought it was a solid buy. But it turned out that they were selling in like the 40 to 50 range. So I listed it at 45, kind of forgot about it when I was running a sale. So it sold for full asking price, but the sale price was like 35 or something like that. So after shipping, it really wasn't that great of a sale. This was a pair of women's Clark Bendables slide sandals, and I picked these up for $3.99, probably at a Goodwill, and they went for $29.99. I actually kind of started thinking that I was underpricing myself, especially with running sales, and it all started with like one pair of nicer Clark boots or something. And I priced them higher, nothing crazy, like another $5 or $10 more than what I would have. Say if I would have originally listed these at $19.99, I figured, what's it gonna hurt if I have best offer to price it a little higher? So I priced it at $29.99, and it actually sold. So I have been pricing certain brands like Bourne and Clark's a little bit higher than I was, and doing well with it. Next item was a pair of, this was one of 3 Birkenstock Papilios that I picked up. I think I had them in a haul video, and I paid $3.99 a piece for these, and they've all sold at full asking. Actually, I think 2 sold at $49.95, and the other one I took an offer of $45 on. So this was cool. They were in really good shape. The pink pair actually had a little bit of wear. You can see right here where the footbed and the cork is just barely starting to come apart. So I mentioned it in the description, but next up is men's Nike golf shoes. These are the Air Comfort. The Waverly Last is actually the model name. I wasn't sure how these would do. They ended up selling for $24.99. I think I paid $5 or $6 at a Goodwill. This was a pair of road bike shoes, clipless shoes, the LG Garnu Ergo Air. I honestly, like, this is another, I think LG is the brand, but Garnu, or Gurnu, I probably should have looked that up before this video. Anyways, you can see the logo, and this Gurnu is, the brand, I believe, and I picked these up at a Goodwill for like a couple bucks in the sporting section, and they were immaculate. And like I said before, clipless shoes do really well. They're super expensive, and they don't really get a whole lot of wear. So if you can find them, even if you find them thrashed, they're still a good buy. Especially other brands like CD is a good brand. With this sale, I didn't realize how many clipless shoes that I bought, and I was rushing around doing shipping, and I ran out, and I came back in, and I almost shipped them the wrong pair, not thinking that I had more than one pair of clipless shoes. So they almost got a pair of Specialized, and then I caught it last minute, and I went back to get the other ones, and I couldn't find them. I thought maybe I sold them on Bonanza by accident, so it kind of freaked me out because I really wasn't looking to get that ding, but I found them. I really need to get I have an inventory system for all my clothes, but I have a lot of shoes, and I have never taken the time to kind of get any sort of inventory system going, so that, can give me a scare once in a while. This next item, man, I bought these forever ago. These were old Nike boots. Really cool. Retro colors. They have kind of like this pixelated black and purple look with the pink swoosh. They were actually in really good shape considering they were made in '92. But I had these listed forever. I got very little, traction or attention on it. So when I actually got an offer on these, I think the offer was $25. I took it because I wasn't trying to hold them any longer. This is the second pair of Birks that I picked up at that Goodwill for $3.99, and these ones went for $49.99 or $49.95 also. And Birkenstocks are actually also light, so they ship first class, so that was a good flip. This was Women's Bass Junior. These were just some clogs I picked up at Goodwill. Very clean. They kind of, clogs and mules it's a comfort thing. They always do well for me. And these went for a full asking price of $24.95. This is definitely, excuse me, this is definitely the time of the year to flip board shorts though. Especially when you get the newer stretch, like the thin material that is very stretchy. Hurley, Billabong, O'Neill, Quicksilver, those are all good brands. I picked these up for $3.99 at a Volunteers, and they went for $24.95 like within a day. Rockport is also an awesome brand. Even the not so fashionable ones, these are just like some basic walking shoes that you would, someone would wear to work or something for comfort. They were in very good shape, but to get $30, if these weren't Rockports, this is something like I would just skip over because I don't personally think it's a very attractive shoe. Like I said, comfort sells. So, when you get something that looks like it's comfortable or it's designed, marketed as like a comfort thing, those usually do pretty good. I'm trying to remember what oh, okay, Nike Dry Fit Windbreaker. This was, I didn't get quite as much. I thought it was a cool looking windbreaker. It's not vintage, didn't have like large spell out logo. It did have a good colorway in my opinion, but I think I paid $5 or $6 and ended up taking an offer of $25. So, I mean, it was okay. A decent bread and butter type item. And the last item, oh, these were sweet. They're called Voltage Cherry, but I'm not joking. These are just flat out hot pink Nike Blazers. And I picked these up for $4 at a Goodwill. They were in pretty good shape. The thing is, these aren't actually true vintage. I guess I would describe these as retro because, let me see if I had a picture of it. First off, you can see this tag. Like that's a vintage Nike tag. But if you look on the inside, these were made in like 2000 or 2002. So they're approaching vintage requirements, at least by Etsy standards. But if you look at like the back, it has like this raw edge to the tongue, which makes it look like it's just like a piece of junk or whatever. But that's how it comes. That's how it's supposed to look. If you ever see Nike Blazers, a very basic high top suede, that's how they look. So these retro looking sneakers are not going to get you the money that like a true vintage would, but they still sell pretty good, and it's definitely worth looking for because these sold for $40 within 2 days, I believe. So that's it for my sales update video. I was out all day sourcing, or else I would have got this up earlier. I did pick up some really cool stuff today. I was going to do a haul video, but I didn't want to push my sales update video any further. So stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm probably going to be doing a live haul video tomorrow with perhaps one of the coolest items that I've ever found thrifting. So no spoilers. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.